Good morning and welcome to our webinar, Calling Your Representative. I'm Cliff Zentgraf, a member of Speak USA and today's host. Five Calls is an app that many people around the country have found useful for calling their federal representative and expressing their opinion about the things that are happening in our country. At Speak USA, we value our democratic history, rights, progress, and institutions. And we think you will find Five Calls valuable for helping you express your opinion and helping you take action. I'm pleased to be joined today by two fellow members, Kathy Manna and Debbie Zentgraf. So let's get started. The way we're going to start is I'm going to ask Kathy to share a story of a recent call that she made to a representative using the Five Calls app.
Good morning, everyone. The most recent call that I made using my Five Calls app was to call my federal representatives about a joint resolution. When President Trump became our president, he declared a national emergency on our country, which I believe was kind of a made-up thing regarding articles imported from Canada. So what happened was the Senate passed a bill to undeclare that emergency, which was make-believe to begin with. So the interesting thing about this recent event was that it received full support from all of the Democratic senators, and 4 Republican senators crossed the aisle to vote with the Democrats to make this bill pass the Senate. So what I did was I called my 2 U.S. senators to congratulate their body on passing the bill, and also to express my disappointment that they did not vote with those 4 Republican senators to make it happen.
Yeah, and so Kathy used Five Calls to help you do this.
I sure did, yes.
Is that right? And what's the status of that bill, by the way?
The bill has passed the Senate, which means it now goes to the House. The House also needs to pass the bill. Unfortunately, our Speaker of the House is not necessarily willing to put it up on the floor.
No, yeah, the Speaker has a lot of authority to bring it to the floor or not. But here's an opportunity for those of you who are listening today, as you learn more about how to use Five Calls. Here's a chance to do that, right?
That's exactly right.
To call representatives. So, Debbie, I think you have a story as well.
Well, my story was kind of how I first learned about this app. Last year, we were very involved with helping to sign up new voters at the various college campuses and near our zoo and places. So voting, of course, I'm very passionate about. And when I saw that Representative Chip Roy had reintroduced the SAVE Act bill, which last time was voted down, I was just very concerned about that, because I felt that the SAVE Act really should have been titled the Unsave Act, or Save People from Voting Act, because it's very restrictive and requires a birth certificate. And if your legal name doesn't match your birth certificate, there's going to be a challenge. And
so the SAVE Act is about voting rights, or the opposite.
Yes, federal voting rights, requiring just a birth certificate or a passport, which costs $130 to get a passport. So it just seems very excessive. It will require in-person registration and any address changes. So it's going to remove online registration, updating your address online, and then as a volunteer deputy registrar, if I don't verify the documents of the voters, it's like I could be put in jail. So it's going to totally wipe out voter drive, because
there's a word for this out in the world. It's called the chilling effect, right? You do something that, while it may not make something illegal, it makes it hard or scary or something like that to do.
Yes. So the it may be up to the state to decide that a valid name change document, because they did not specify that in the bill. That I was very concerned about that, so I learned about the 5 call tools, and as Kathy mentioned, it was very easy to use, and so that was how I first started using 5 calls.
So Kathy, you had a sign lately.
I do.
Yeah,
Well, I have two.
You have two. Okay, you were at an event where maybe you were using that sign. You want to show it? Show it to
Sure.
us.
You bet I do.
Yay!
Oh, ain't that the truth? Hey, I wonder, hey, let me try something. Just keep holding it there, and I'm gonna see if that QR code works. Yeah, yes, it does. So like if you're watching this right now and you want to, well, let's see, it worked for a minute. I guess I didn't tap soon enough. Yeah, there we go. So
Yeah, for me too.
as a result of pointing at that QR code, I'm now on 5 calls, even over a Zoom call. You can take it down now. Now, so boy, we're going to tell the world about 5 calls, so whatever it takes.
Excellent.
And other things as well. So now, Kathy, let's imagine you're at that event, right? And somebody sees your sign, and then they walk up to you and say, "What is this? What are you telling them about?"
Okay. I let them know that it's an app, and there's also a website, 5calls.org, if you would rather use that. But the app obviously is super easy to use. When you first bring up the app, you are asked to enter your zip code, which tells the app your location and thereby knows who your particular representatives are. So it's so easy. It brings up a list of issues that the 5Calls app has identified, and it is an ongoing fluid list uh, of all the issues that you might be passionate about on any particular day. So you choose an issue, and once you do that, it gives you a brief synopsis of the issue, what the problem is, and what's going on. And if you decide you want to speak to a representative about that issue, the phone number for your U.S. senators and U.S. representative is right there. You just click on it, it dials for you. Well, you'd hit dial, but you know what I mean. It
But
dials.
you press, yeah, but Kathy, I mean, if you're on your phone, you
Yes.
literally tap the number and it dials for you. You don't even have to put the numbers
Well,
in.
yeah, it brings it up in your phone system, your phone app.
Right.
So it's very easy. You don't have to know any phone
You enter
numbers.
you enter your zip code. Yes, you
Yes.
enter your zip
Yes.
code, and then it'll
Right.
show who your U.S. senators and your Congress
Exactly.
representatives are.
Exactly. And if you are unsure of what you want to say to your senator, no problem. There's a script right there in the app. You just read it. Or if you'd rather, come up with your own script, that's perfectly fine too. When you call, most of the time you get voicemail. Every once in a while, you will get actually a staffer on the phone, and you just do the very same thing. 99% of the time, you're going to get voicemail. So you always want to make sure that you identify yourself as a constituent. And very important, you want to give your zip code in the voicemail before you speak. That way they know how to tally the information. But that's about it. It's super easy. And if someone like me can do it, anyone can do it.
So Kathy, do you find yourself using, I know there's a feature on there where it shows a list of issues and then it makes some suggestions about what you might say. Do you use that? Do you have your own ideas? Do you let one inform, let what they say kind of inform what you're going to do?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question. When I first started using the app, I read the script because I was still a little nervous about it. So I was a little intimidated. I would just read the script. Then once I got a little more comfortable with the process, I started writing my own scripts because I'm getting more passionate by the day. So it's easier and easier for me to come up with my own scripts, but it's always an option to do either one.
Yeah, that's spectacular. And I think we see that, by the way. A lot more Hash it every day. So Debbie, what about you? Who you been calling?
Well, also calling Senator Cruz and Senator Cornyn, and I called their DC office, and sometimes I actually talk to a representative, and I always tell them, you know, it's so nice to talk to a person, and thank you for
Mm.
doing their job, you know, be courteous and ask for them to pass on a message. And so, you know, it's very easy to use. And then also I call our Congressman, Tony Gonzalez, and also the same thing. I have better luck talking with the staff member at the law office than I've seen in the DC office. And even sometime in the DC office, one of the senators, it doesn't take a voicemail. It's like they're so full that it just hangs up on me. So it's important not to give up. Try the local offices. And share your zip code. Sometimes, like Senator Cruz's, I think, asks also for your email address, and your name and a phone number. Some of them ask for phone number, but at the minimum, the zip code so that they can tally your calls.
I've been looking down every once in a while because I wanted to show this on the screen. So here is a one issue that is on the app, and there at the top I had to type in my zip code, but once I did, it identified where I'm at, and then looks like oh, here we go. So y'all pardon me, I'm gonna keep it turned my way. Once I identified where I'm at, then I got this screen, and you can see the phone numbers right there. Happens to be Representative Gonzalez at the top just by chance. But you can see the phone numbers, and I could make, no, I'm not going to do it, but boy, am I tempted right now just to hit a button, hit a button and do one live, right?
Do it.
No, I'd at least want to think a little bit about what I was gonna say. We didn't plan that, but yeah. So if you're watching this and you're like inclined to do it, we would be very happy if you just stopped the webinar. You can, this is plenty, and point to the QR code, make the call, do it now. All right. Hey, we're going to find out how many calls have been made, and how are we going to do that? Like, not just us, like how many calls have been made with 5Calls app in total. So I'm going to share a different, I'm going to show, not a different, I'm going to share their website. So here we go. Let me ask my panelists, you all seeing that okay?
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So here, this is the 5Calls website. And if we scroll down, we discover that 7,729,920 calls. Now hold on, let me refresh this page. Debbie,
Yeah,
you
refresh
discovered
that.
something earlier. What did you discover?
Yeah, so at 8:27, that was the count, and I refreshed about 10 minutes later, and it increased by 1,000 calls. Oh, and it's
Oh.
even gone up 100 calls since I did it, since
Since you
we've been
did it.
on this webinar.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
people are
this is
using the
a,
app.
yeah. So this is an app that a lot of people are using. And you know, one of our goals at Speak USA is to help you know what to do. You know, we're talking about the core issues, but we're also talking about the things that you can do to act. And here's a thing that you can do to act for sure. Now, if we go down here on the bottom left, on the website, you can see that there's a list of issues that you can address. So, hey, Kathy, let me bring you back to our conversation. Can you all see this screen okay? I'll
Yes.
make that a little bit bigger, thinking about people might be watching on their phone. So do any of these issues resonate with you that we're seeing on the screen right now?
Oh, yes. pretty much all
Which
of them.
one?
All of
Well,
the
that's-
The
above.
tariff,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
about
I
the
mean, I think,
tariffs?
well, I think a lot of us, there's an underlying philosophy that we just deeply disagree with. Right, but it's
Right.
practical as well. Anybody see one you want to, oh, how about mishandling classified information? I put a post out that said, I think the next major military campaign should just be planned on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. But the three places I have experience
that's-
with.
Pretty terrible.
What else?
Well, there's the Save Act, the one that introduced me to the app.
Where do you
Um,
see that?
I'm,
Right
you
above.
just highlighted.
Oh,
it,
right here. Yeah, right here.
up one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one we talked about
Um,
earlier.
the saving our institutes, our libraries, that's another one. I mean, there is also one, the attack on the news channels, freedom of speech is also in there. Oh, and then stop the unlawful ICE detainment of immigrants. I'm 3 degrees removed from the tough doctorate student that was abducted, I'll say, by ICE. Because, you know, what she even wrote wasn't pro-Hamas or anything. It just, he took her, so that.
Well, that's the classic chilling effect, right? And trying to discourage other students from studying. That's such a strength of our country. The the reputation we had held before, the relationships that we've built internationally, and so that's what a lot of this is about, is just trying to scare people, keep people from speaking up, keep people from wanting to be here, wanting to do things with the United States. It's sad, and it makes me angry, for sure. So many things here that we could be talking about. Each one is its own webinar topic, more than likely. So we're just about at the end of our time here. Can we talk a little bit about who we are? Not in great detail, not bios, but we're not people who have been politically active in the past. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. Well, I've always been a voter.
Yeah, but not outspoken,
Right.
not
Yes.
hitting the road or showing up at places to make our voices heard. So and Debbie, that's true for you as well. Yes.
Yes,
Just-
in
speak
the
up.
past, I wasn't concerned about democracy surviving. But, I think we're at a point in our country that it's up in the air. So all hands on deck, we need to speak up, stand up, and express our opinion and our passion, because the future's at risk for our children, our grandchildren, for every person, to be able to speak up, be involved, and have a country that is compassionate, empathetic, and everything that the ideals that we hold dear, and being able to elect our officials and they represent us.
One quick thing. We have pillars in place in our democratic system that are checks and balances on the president. The president currently doesn't seem to think those apply to him. And so far, the legislative branch, which is the Senate and the House of Representatives, don't seem to be super interested in putting the guardrails in place for him. The reason for that, I believe, is that they're scared that they're going to lose their jobs because the president is intimidating them. So we hope that that will change. And the one way to do it, of course, is to let them know how you feel and just keep going. Don't stop. Call them daily. I call mine daily. The third branch of government is the court system, the justice system. And so far that's holding up, but there's a little bit of shakiness there as well. So who does that leave? That leaves we the people. And we the people need to speak up because it's now or never. So that's the way I feel.
Well, to both of you, that's spectacular. And I'll, on the closing note, I will say this, that some of these very fundamental issues about the way our government works, the 250 years of learning that has gone into how you run a democracy, that is built into our institutions, those things are talked about on our website. And so I want to encourage any of you who are listening, if you've been to our website only to click through to this webinar, I encourage you to go to www.speakusa.org to read more. Scroll down the homepage, click on the Learn link. And if you're already at the point that you're ready to act, you don't even need to go that far. You can just near the top of the homepage, there are links to numerous organizations, to learning resources, to institutions that can help you know what to do, can give you outlets for your desire to act, your desire to donate. Those things are all right there on the website, and that's a lot of why we are here in order to really encourage your action.